Hello, Colts Nation, and what's up, No Horsing family? Welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts. I am one of your hosts, Stephen Burton, and as always, we are always powered by WagerWire, our amazing sponsor. WagerWire is a revolutionary sports betting app that's going to change the face of how you bet forever. You can get in and out of all your future bets at any point in time. You can bet on games all the way up to the moment the whistle blows, the puck drops, whatever sport you want to bet on. The gun goes off. It doesn't matter. You can do it all the way up to the very beginning of it. You can also, this is the coolest thing I think, you can also get in and out of your parlays before they bust. So if you have a 5-team parlay and you've hit 4, you can pull it out before it goes up really quickly. It's amazing. Make sure you go over to Twitter, follow them at WagerWire. And then while you're at it, go over to wagerwire.com. Look for where you can put your email address in, pop that in there. They will alert you when this app goes live, which is very, very soon. Okay, you guys, we got another coaching candidate. Got another one we got to discuss. I think I joked in a previous one. Never would have thought we'd be sitting at 12 for 12 different videos of this. But we're going to talk about kind of I feel like a long shot in regards to a candidate. Kind of feel like a one that surprised me, surprised Zach. We talked about it. The defensive coordinator for the New York Giants, Wink Martindale. He's 59. He is the oldest candidate that the Colts have interviewed. And it's interesting because he's definitely a name that I did not foresee. And you guys know I've been very down the middle. I don't care offense, defense. I just want someone who can lead. I would have been less surprised had it been like a Jonathan Gannon, a Gerard Mayo, Brian Flores. Wink Martindale was a name that I had never thought of, like never crossed my mind as somebody that the Colts would interview. So let's kind of go like we've done. Let's kind of do ourselves a little deep dive here. Who is Wink Martindale? Okay. Wink Martindale has been coaching forever on the defensive side of the ball, right? He's coached with the Raiders. He coached under Rob Ryan. Not Rex Ryan, not Buddy Ryan. He's not that old. But Rob Ryan, the other Ryan brother, the one with the flowing locks, right? He went from there. He also got to coach under Norv Turner while he was with the Raiders. So interesting head coach connection there. He ended up going over and he coached under Mike Nolan with the Ravens. I know he was a horrible head coach, but revolutionary in what he did with the defense. He followed up Marvin Lewis with the Ravens defense. Mike Nolan came in there, did fantastic things, got hired by the Niners, bombed out, right? He even coached, then he went and he coached under Dean Pease, who is another amazing defensive coordinator, just recently retired from the Atlanta Falcons, kind of reversed how they did, definitely brought a hell of a defense to the Tennessee Titans at one point, and really, really solid with the Baltimore Ravens, right? So he got to coach under him. And finally, the coach who he's been under the longest has been John Harbaugh, special teams coach. Really, really well-respected coach, really, really talented coach, has won a Super Bowl. So he's got a longer coaching history than a lot of who we've looked at because we've looked at younger people. We've looked at Brian Callahan, Ben Johnson. We've looked at Raheem Morris is 46, but we've looked at Ajiro Aviro. We've looked at Shane Steichen. We've looked at a lot of younger coaches on the younger end. He's definitely one who's been on the defensive side of the ball and felt kind of like a D coordinator for a long time. I wasn't sure when I was going to do this video because I had talked to Zach and I was skeptical that they were going to actually follow through with this interview. Why, you may ask? Stephen, why were you skeptical that they would follow through on an interview request that they made? And I'll tell you why, because I found it super interesting that when asked, he basically said he did not view the Giants as a stepping stone job. It was a destination job. He was happy there, and he would get to an interview when he could and if it was still there. So it didn't really feel like a coach that A, really wanted to come to Indy, and B, didn't really want to leave New York. And that could still be the case. Do I think he falls into the candidates that's going to get a second interview? Probably not. It's doing due diligence. Do I think that he's an interesting candidate? Absolutely. I think he would change the way you play your defense. And he would obviously bring uh, to quote JMV, crustiness. And I think Kevin Bowen said it best. He's like a mullet haired Bruce Arians is a vibe he gets, but he might be the kind of guy you'd rather get a beer with than coaching being the head coach of your football team. It was definitely a unique request. Like I said, we were surprised. Uh, and I really don't know what to think of it. He's not high up on my list. I think it's interesting, but I don't think it goes anywhere. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think this is like, oh man, I love this hire. I would take this guy in a heartbeat. Or is it like, you could have done without it, didn't need that 12th candidate? Like, share, subscribe, comment. I emphasize all the time the comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you feel about this candidate. Do you want to see him get a second interview? Do you want to see him get the job? Are you one of the people who think he is a favorite to get this job? Let me know. And as always, you guys, we end these things the same way we always do. I love you. I know Zach loves you. Go Colts. I'm out.